Based on George Washington University researcher 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗲's discoveries, there are thinking skills only fully accessible once you reach 50. I'll place a link in the description for further details. However, what you're going to see in this video is through the lens of both live trading and analysis, how these thinking skills are an advantage to your trading. Let's go. In this screenshot, we've got a shift from longs in control to a battle to maintain control to sellers in control. 4 weeks of longs in control, 1 week of longs just hanging in there, and then the last 2 weeks, sellers clearly in control. I'm going short, right? Well, not so fast. Considerations. Commercials are net long and speculators are net short, albeit in declining quantities. This chart here is a collaboration of a number of observations. One is this important prior relative value area, and what you'll notice is that buyers are front running it. Zooming in, and now you'll notice the aggressive lifting of offers, and you can see this in the upward slope of the delta. What do all the points covered so far have to do with mature age trading? Synthesizing different perspectives and seeing between the differing views to extract and exploit a trading opportunity uses relativistic thinking. It's a thinking skill completely accessible post 50 years of age. Spoiler alert, here's the move in its entirety. But it wasn't simply buying the lows and selling the highs. The horizontal lines, green, blue and red, show the playing field. These are the same levels that appeared on the second chart earlier. Their purpose is to bring order and structure to the unruly characteristic of price movements. They inform you of the price ranges of where it's okay to trade, i.e. within the playing field, and where not to trade, i.e. out of bounds. And in this chart, you can see the power of the playing field as the market traded post-analysis. We'll start at 1, where, if you recall, this is what I refer to as the front running of a key relative value area, where you've got sellers selling into, from a playing field perspective, is out of bounds. And when we look at number 2, by contrast, you can see the buying early when we've moved within the next playing field. Buying down here when there's plenty of headroom until the next out of bounds area, and then not buying again until we're clearly within the next playing field. And you'll see the same behavior at number 3 when we're in the next playing field, and you can see a significant amount of buying there. And so what's happening up here as we start to approach out of bounds? Those that have bought at these areas start to exit into late buyers taking on their positions. And that just shows the power of the playing field and structuring your trading around where you do and don't trade, where it's in play and where it's out of bounds. The playing field was developed using systematic thinking, which is another mature aged thinking skill not completely accessible until the age of 50. But systematic thinking doesn't stop there. It's also characterized by flexibility and fluency in generating ideas. And to demonstrate, you'll see an excerpt of live trading in the move that we've just been discussing. Trade-off VWAP. Doesn't get any easier than that, does it? But that is built on this theme down here. Never trading these things in isolation. Got another event upon us, which of course is the Open of Singapore. Long again on the basis of looking for the push up purely for the reaction for Singapore, even though it is still part of a theme. It's aligning several of your ducks. We're above the pre-pro high. We are in a more densely traded area as per the weekly profile. All right, still in it. So it was a bet on whether or not this short selling would come unstuck. Now, I'm not going to look to try to get through this. Me and looks like some other traders as well, right? And you can understand why. We've just had this big move up. I'm trying to think about who it is who's doing that. Is it smart traders or not smart? Big move up just prior to a big acceptance area. Singapore catalyst. Odds are it's those who know what they're doing. So I want to side with them. So when they're exiting, I'm assuming this is exiting longs, I'm exiting as well. Unlike the fading taking place lower. It's also expansion. I mean, you know, all the other bits and pieces, which in the heat of the battle, you might not think it through to the degree that I just explained. And so you've got your fallback option, which is expansion. You either get completely flat or you at least take some money and then you try to process what I just mentioned. The buying and selling is the non-thinking stuff. Playbook trade, expansion, act, so that your mind's free to then do the thinking stuff, which is where the money's made.